for a lot of us in India, Trump's tariffs remind us of Modi's demonetization, in that sense that here's a policy which it's not really based on anything, and therefore it's kind of a curious thing to even critique because there's no sound economics to it, there's no expert, there's no real policy. But the overriding sentiment that demonetization sent out was that we're cracking down on terrorism, we're cracking down
Yeah.
on corruption. And so, even though today we have data that all the money came back, all that pain was for nothing, but there's a sense in people that, he took this tough stand against corruption and no one had the balls to do it the way he did it. So, what's the overriding sentiment with Trump? With Trump's tariff, what's the emotional pitch?
Even if it didn't work, did he mean well?
Yeah.
Well, the demonetization
We have that
thing is
line,
actually,
Modi ji ne kara
it's
hai to
actually
soch samajh ke kiya
perfect.
hoga.
Yeah.
So,
No,
the same thing for
sorry.
Trump, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, the demonetization thing is perfect because, like demonetization, they had plenty of time supposedly to prepare for this. They talked about it for weeks and months. The date was maybe a surprise, of course, but then when it was actually implemented, it was total chaos. And it was a total disaster, and it was a total mess. And that is almost the scariest part to American, at least the investors, right? These guys talked about putting in tariffs back in 2024, right? They ran on it. They got elected on it. They said they were going to do it. So fine. Everyone knows these tariffs are coming. And then what do? They take a simplistic, I'm sure this went, I hope this went equally as viral in India as it did in the US. They take some ridiculously simplistic formula where they take the balance of trade, they subtract it against it, and then they divide it in half. And they add some Greek symbols to make it look very intelligent and very but it's nonsense, right? That was what months of work produced. And that terrified people because this, as many people have pointed out, is the most fundamental shift, the most fundamental economic shift that has ever happened in the US in terms of a self-inflicted, out of nowhere, let's just do it.